Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. As much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. So LSU's offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
To the air. It's Nussmeier. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Gonna run it. It's Moss. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggies! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he's stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Offense getting set for first down. Quick pass on the fly motion. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Moss. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They'll send out the kicker here. This one will be a 43-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Texas A&M 10, LSU 0.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Rides to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Zings it complete to the right. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
They'll give it to him again. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, look out. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because, Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly complete. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Give to the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Scanning the field, it's Reed. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Got out of trouble and throws. Snagged on the outside. It's Thomas. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Heels to punt and try to pick up some yards. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Unloads it left. Got his man. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about?
Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Tigers!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 4 over South Alabama. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you see the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. Sweet feet on the move. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job, and you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. The Aggies get it past the sticks.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, but they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Caught behind the line. It's Allen. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Still running at the 40. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this third and short. Looking for a man, it's Reed. He's right on target. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. From the gun, looking for a man. Makes the grab. And he was so close to scoring with that one, but he's shoved out of bounds at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer. He'll take a deep shot here. And that pass picked off.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. They're bringing heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. You know, the entire concept of the play-action fake is to slow down the rush. Didn't work.
No, they didn't bite on it, which was great defense. They didn't bite on it. They knew it wasn't a run. Played pass, continued to get to the quarterback and get the quarterback on the ground.
Runs through a tackle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Back to throw, it's Reed. They're trying to get to it. He's going to run it. Turns it on at midfield. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
Well, that's a phenomenal individual effort getting that sack. What a dominant play. And I'll tell you, playing here at Death Valley, a play like that now is going to get this crowd hyped up. And that's something as an opposing quarterback you do not want. Take it from me. I know it from experience. I remember my true freshman year playing at night here in Death Valley. That was the first time in my life I understood what the term hostile environment meant. This place is scary when the crowd gets involved, and that sack right there is going to light them up.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught. At the 35, he's loose. He'll work his way down to the 28. Texas A&M going up tempo. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
LSU 14.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. After the big first down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Looking deep down the right side. Wide open, he makes the catch. Nothing but green ahead. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, LSU!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Trying to get to it. That's caught. It's Owens. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, LSU! And that one will give them the lead.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense is back on the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the run, it's Moss. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Dropping back, it's Reed. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He'll bring it back. It's Anderson. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. A 1st down for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. How about that Bayou Bengal defensive front showing some dominance? Booger McFarland, Marcus Spears-like in their pressure.
And that defensive line getting to the quarterback, and they got so many guys that we can name, like Spears, that you just mentioned, like Booger in the past, that put on that purple and gold, look good, big, physical guys that fill out them uniforms and eat quarterbacks.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Caught close to the marker, it's Green. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Texas A&M going quickly. Here's the handoff. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that.
Into the house. Touchdown, Aggies.
Touchdown, Texas
they'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Looking to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Taylor. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. Got it in the middle, it's Hilton. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Coming after it. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. The short hands, it's Durham. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Escapes the sack. Moves around to clear up the vision. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
The defense has had some bad stuff happen to them today. The one bright spot for them has been the pass rush. They've shown the ability to get after the opposing quarterback.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He gets a block, and the punt team able to sling him to the ground. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
At the 40, there he goes. And he's running in the open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. Takes the handoff. It's Moss. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? And here comes the offense on second down. This is why the passion of college football runs so deep. The rivalries. And when you lose, man, does it stick with you.
No doubt about it, Reese. This was a game circled for a very, very long time. They knew how important this one was. But, David, you can't let games like this beat you twice because this losing team now has to find a way to rebound and go out and play again.
No doubt, got to rebound, but this one stinks. This is one that you have circled for a reason. It's a rival, it's bragging rights, but you're right. Let's get back to practice this next week. Let's start focusing. This one's over, but I'm going to get you next year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.